On behalf of Team Strive, I extend a very warm welcome to each one of you to today's webinar, Indo-Nepal Relations, a Prognosis. The Indo-Nepal relations are best summed up by a friend of mine, Dushyant, that the two neighbors are separated by borders but united by history. Our relationship transcends time and is defined by oneness of the culture, substantial oneness of the ethnic stock, oneness of the language and religion and political philosophy. It is rightly said that it's a rishta of roti beti. It's a relationship of complementarity of resources, geographical in terms of water, be it in human resources, wherein 6 lakhs Indians reside in Nepal and 80 lakhs Nepalese in India, be it economic relations, wherein the bilateral trade was to the tune of $8.27 billion in 2018-19, or military relations, wherein the army chiefs of one country is accorded the status of the honorary chief in the other country. There are two treaties which define the relationship between the two countries in the modern times. The first one is Treaty of Sugauli in 1815, which was ratified in 1816 between the British India and the Nepali Empire. The treaty delineated the border between the two countries. The second one is 1950 Indo-Nepal Treaty of Peace and Friendship. The treaty established a close strategic relationship between Nepal and India. The treaty allows free movement of people and goods and a close relations and collaboration on defense and foreign policy. However, situation changed in 1959 when China occupied Tibet and the traditional neighbor of Nepal from the northern side changed from to China. This new geopolitical development had had a profound impact on the Indo-Nepal relations. There have been few more landmark dates in the evolving relationship between the two countries. First is 1989, when Nepal decoupled its rupee from Indian rupee. 2006, when Citizen Bill was passed by Nepal, which accorded citizenship to stateless immigrants in Nepal by virtue of naturalization. It was resented by a section of Nepali population who considered it a threat to their sovereignty. 2015, a very unfortunate blockade triggered by Indian concerns about change in the Nepali constitution, which mercifully has been amended. Coming to present, the conjoined twins appear to be becoming distant neighbors in the recent times. India considers increasing Chinese influence in Nepal a threat to India's national interest, and Nepal is resenting the perceived Indian interference in the body politic of Nepal. Some other incidents are the boundary disputes between the two countries over Kalapani and Susta territorial area, and the demand of Nepal to revisit 1950 Indo-Nepal Treaty. Thus, there is a need to reboot the traditional relationship in today's geopolitical landscape and a view to accommodate the aspirations and concerns of both the countries. Today's webinar is an effort in that direction. We have a very impressive panel to discuss the issue, bedeviling the relationship and the way ahead. The panel consists of Lieutenant General Shokin Chauhan and Lieutenant General Dushyant Singh from Indian side, and Major General Binoj, Basnyet and Sri Ishwar Khanal sharing the Nepalese perspective. Before I invite the speakers for sharing their views, may I request the speakers to please restrict their talks to about 20 minutes so that we can have an effective interactive Q&A session thereafter. My request to the audience is to please put their questions in the chat box, which will be taken up during the Q&A session.